Hello, beautiful people. Well, today, as we are walking around this absolutely beautiful city, we decided we are going to talk about renting or buying in Valencia, the real estate market, and the do's and don'ts of it. What we wish we knew.
Before getting here.
Yeah, because trust me, there are a few things we wish we knew before we got here,
Oh boy.
and we're going to update you on those. But this is what we're looking like back here. Absolutely beautiful as always, and these are all homes. You get the modern and you get the modernista. Stay tuned. Hello again and welcome back. Today we are talking about finding your ideal home here in Spain and the things we wish we knew before we went down that road. Start out with sites you should look at. Okay.
Number one site, idealista.com. We're sorry for the laughter, just that a few memories rushed back in the process. Number one website for looking for a home here in Spain, if you're choosing to rent or own, is definitely going to be idealista.com. Why idealista.com?
It's great because it pulls from all the other sites. It's like a realtor.com.
Yeah.
It has all the real estate companies, everything they've listed, it pulls on it. The only problem with that is a lot of the listings are expired, old, or already rented or purchased. So you have to be careful with that. Also, you try to get in touch with people on the site sometimes and there is nothing. So there are alternatives as well.
Yes, the alternatives, some of which are already on idealista.com. There's going to be Lucas Fox.
Excellent.
Which does a great job with their property listings and photos. There's going to be, if you want to be a little bit on the high side as far as costs are concerned, the luxury properties, then Engels and Volkers. It's a great site to look at. And we also found...
Very local is pisos.com.
Pisos.com.
Now the great things with those sites is that they have boots on the ground, they have offices of their own, so you see something you like, you can get into an office, get a realtor, and they'll go and show it to you. That being said though, realtors here don't represent every property out there. They only represent the properties listed with their companies. Right. So if you see something and you're already dealing with a realtor, unless they have it listed or co-listed with their company, they can't show it to you. You have to go, I'm not sure why, but you have to go and find the realtor that has that listing to show you that property. Okay, so moving on. Another thing that we would tell you is, if you're still in the States or wherever you're moving from, pictures don't speak 1,000 words in this case. Sometimes the pictures are very old, so you can't always trust them. So you really want, if you are unable to get here and see it yourself prior to purchasing or renting, find some boots on the ground.
Absolutely.
Right? There's always someone local. You can go to the Expat site, so you can ask us. There's always someone local who will walk through for you, probably take a, have you on the phone with a, what do you call those? Video call.
Zoom call.
Right? So you can actually see what they're seeing, and then they can give you insight, oh, I see a little mold in the corner, or I don't. Or the place is as it looks like in the pictures, or it does not. But you really want someone to walk that property for you. Not somebody representing the seller or the landlord, but someone that's there specifically to tell you what's actually happening.
As an independent third party who has no interest in either side.
Right.
For the most part.
So that's very important. If you can get here, the great thing about coming ahead of your move is you get to see the areas, you figure out, I want to be in the city or just outside the city, or I don't like this area at all. Or this is an area that has the schools, the hospitals, the doctors, the shopping, whatever it is that you want or find important in your life, that's the area that has it for you. So that always recommending coming ahead, taking a quick look at 1 week, 10-day visit if you can. If you can't, I would suggest that when you do come, you rent a short-term rental for even 30 days, a month, right, Hugh? We did that.
Yeah, I have to tell you, if you're thinking of moving to a different country without ever coming here, and figuring out where you want to live, that's such an absolute leap of faith. So I agree with Jan. You have to find your way here. It's best if you find your way here before that. But if you made up your mind, this is what you want, you believe what we're saying and what you're seeing, definitely make arrangements to
do a short-term
rental, just so you can figure out where
the scene.
You're comfortable.
Yeah. Rent a car, drive around, do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Get to know the area, explore it, and then you will really find that's what we did.
Yeah.
Mark, ahead of time, I found several places that I loved. Unfortunately, because I waited, I lost a few of them. So if you find something that's really working for you and you think you know where it is that you want to be, get the boots on the ground for you to take a scope ahead of time, and then you can write up a contract. If you don't do that and you're going to wait till you get here, take a short-term rental, take the time to get to know the area, and then make your choice all on your own.
Yeah.
But don't just jump into something without some kind of visibility.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you need to have a leash in hand before getting your visa. So
No, just tell them that you're looking.
Yeah, be very careful not to do this backwards, where you end up renting a property and you have housing expenses back home and you have housing expenses here with a 3 or 4 month window to get your visa to move. Just don't get yourself caught in that trick bag.
Because we know people who did, and it's just not worth it.
Wasn't us.
No, exactly. But that being said, once again, there are pros and cons when you do decide if you're going to rent, to furnished or unfurnished. Getting a furnished place is great because it's already there. You walk in with your suitcases and you move in. Mark you, if you're slightly fussy, you might want to do that. You might want to get your own stuff or bring your own stuff. So then you're talking about shipping. And of course, I know you're going to only ship if you decided that this is it for you forever, right?
Correct.
Or if you're definitely purchasing somewhere, so you know that no matter what, your furniture is going into your own place.
Yeah.
And it works. I'll tell you right now, shipping takes a while. They may tell you it's 6 to 8 to 10, 12 weeks.
Don't listen.
They
be lying. Telling you, they're lying.
8 to 12 weeks after the ship or your shipment leaves the port of wherever you're leaving from. I'm going to say from the States because that's where we came from. But we were told one thing. It took us 6 months to get our shipment. And why? Because they had to fill a container with everybody else's stuff because we didn't bring everything. We didn't need to. We decided, having come and scoped the scene, that buying furniture here was less expensive than actually shipping it. So we decided to redo our plan, and we only brought the stuff that was very near and dear to our hearts, meaning sentimental value or
electronics.
We found that we wanted to bring that, right?
Yeah. I mean, bottom line was this: what we saved in repurchasing our electronics paid
for the shipment.
Ship everything here.
Right, but I wouldn't suggest doing a huge shipment, full container of all your furniture. Furniture here is very inexpensive, so it does not make sense. Yeah, the furniture is great. Exactly.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is make sure whatever you're putting in that container, you don't need it right away because you're not going to get it in 8 to 12 weeks. You're going to get it in about, I don't know, whenever they fill the container and send it off you. After that, you have 8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, because keep in mind, your container doesn't come straight to Spain.
No, it goes to...
It's going to go to Amsterdam.
Right.
And once it gets to Amsterdam, then they're going to ship it locally by. It's going to be put on the back of a truck on a trailer and brought to your house. Okay?
So it's a process.
Yeah. And one thing not to forget, if you do make a decision to go ahead and move into a home that's 4 or 5 stories above the street level, and you have a whole container coming, you have to make arrangements. Have to make arrangements for when the trailer gets there, that they have a way to move your stuff into your apartment.
Elevators don't always fit your stuff.
Elevators don't always fit your stuff. And what they do here, quick segue, is that they have these companies who park their trucks outside the building. They get permits, and they have these ladders almost,
it's not
right?
a ladder, it's a lift.
A lift. These lifts carry your furniture from the streets up to your balcony, and then they take the stuff from there into your house. All right, so imagine, if you will, cones, this piece of equipment that carries all your stuff on the lift, 3, 4 stories to your balcony, and they take it inside the apartment.
Okay, So now we're going to get to, if you do find a place that you really like and you've decided to put a contract on it, I'm going to suggest to you, get someone who speaks the language to go with you when you're signing that contract. Because once again, the realtor goes with you, but remember, they're representing the person who has listed the product, or the I should say, listed the home. So although they're working on your behalf, they're not going to tell you all the little details that might be in that Spanish contract.
Correct.
So make sure you have someone, a friend, it's
A notary.
anyone.
You can get a notary to read it. You can go to a notary and have them go through it with you.
Yeah, don't let them rush you, because I have too many friends who were rushed through the process and ended up having things in a contract they just did not expect.
And here's the two words you never want to hear. Lo siento. You know what that means? I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry you signed the contract.
Yeah, so make sure, the point is, you're going to have someone read it before you sign it. Someone who an actual Spanish speaker.
Yeah.
Okay? Because there are nuances that you're just not expecting, and you want to avoid that.
Yeah.
So, we've covered the Idealista, we've covered your shipping, we've covered boots on the ground, and the fact that your realtors, you're going to have to get a few to see a scope of properties.
And don't forget who they work for. They don't work for you, they work for the property owner first.
And then when you're ready to sign your contract, you need to have all of your ducks in a row. And by that, I'm going to tell you, it's not hard, so get a Spanish bank account. A lot of my friends have waited, and it becomes a problem. We did that like within the first week. It's really not hard. All you need is your passport when you go to certain banks. And your contract is going to require that all your bills, everything is paid through your account. It's too much of a hassle to try and do it with an American account. Actually, it's almost impossible. People have done it, but I'm going to say much smoother, much easier if you just come and get yourself a Spanish bank account. We are with Santander and we've been happy. There are other banks out there, but I hear horror stories. Santander is a huge bank here, and it has served us well.
Absolutely.
So there you go.
The whole process of opening an account was easy.
It was
we
very
walked
simple.
in, we had our documents with us. We're in and out in 15 minutes, money deposited, and away we go. But we'll talk about that more in the video.
So you want to have a Spanish bank account, you want to have a Spanish phone number. Another very easy process. Once again, we went with Vodafone. You don't have to. There are a lot of great companies out there that do internet and phone together. Great deals. Prices are way better than you're going to get in the States ever. And it's a simple process. When I say simple, and I use those words really lightly because everything you do here takes time. I mean, every one of these processes took us a couple of hours, but people are good, they're nice, they work with you. It just, tranquilo. Just be calm and have some patience, because it's not, everything isn't a rush here. So it takes a little time.
And I wouldn't stress not speaking Spanish at this point, because we've been able to get by.
Very well.
Very well.
And we have just a little bit of Spanish. We're doing lessons, but we didn't come speaking the language. Google Translate is awesome, I'm not kidding. But apart from that, you make a little effort, they make a huge effort to work with you, and it gets the job done.
Yeah, and no one's been rude to us, no one's been disrespectful, no one's
because we make an effort
differently because we don't speak fluent Spanish. That has not been our experience at all. As a matter of fact, quite the opposite. It's been almost entertaining for some of these people
they find
to
us
listen
funny
to
when
us
we try.
fumble through our Spanish. All right. So for us, it's been quite an experience. The whole process of getting a place to live. But it could be, for us, we just want to make sure that process for you guys is going to be a lot smoother. Something you'll be somewhat familiar with as far as the steps are concerned, so there'll be no surprises, and you're better prepared for it.
Right. Yeah. So I hope we've covered it for you. Get on those websites, check out those rooms. If you have questions, drop them below. We will definitely answer and help in any way that we can. And if we can't, I'm sure we have someone that we know that's able to help you in a particular position.
Absolutely.
Right? And I'd say this covers not just Valencia. This is Spain.
Valencia.
Yes. So find that ideal property and tell us about it. Come, and if you're coming, let us know when you're here.
Yeah.
and enjoy the journey.